Hey, how's it going, everyone? Shuirozen here. Welcome to Tea Time with Shuirozen, and we're back in my forever world. This is not much of a forever world, but this is my interpretation of the concept, video diary, and it's something that I'm gonna just continue working on piece by piece when it's time to talk about something. Boy, does the saga continue. Today, I think this is going to be an educational one on why you should practice and work on forgive and forget, and instead of living with regret. Alright, so we're going to focus on forgive and forget. And yeah, the house has changed a little bit. Okay, we also, dude, I learned this. Check this out. If I hold shift right here right now, look at this. We gotta do little dance. I just found this out. I was like shifting as I was like looking at my second monitor, and all of a sudden I look over and my guy's dancing around. I'm like, this is dope. I like it. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm easily distracted. No, the house has changed. I'm just trying to figure out what looks good, and I'll get a full in here, don't worry. But yeah, so I have a story. Today, oh my gosh. Today was a day filled with a lot of emotions. I'm just going to be 100% honest. Started off with a phone call last night with somebody on my team, somebody that I trained, and I like, right? I like everybody on my team, and, this person that I'm mentioning, I think I really needed somebody like me in his life, but I think I filled a spot in his life that was vacant and he didn't have, right? So I was just trying to be a good person to him, be a good friend, be a good mentor, be a good leader, be a good coach, all the things, right? He's had some issues since the day he started working with me at the company that I work at, right? So nothing on him, and I think he was treated unfair and everything was unjust. Just leave it at that, all right? Called me last night thinking he is going to get fired today. He had to have a conversation with, the big boys upstairs, right? We'll just leave it at that. You know what I'm talking about. You get called in the office, it's not a good time. Yes, he was let go today. He called. I spent about an hour on the phone talking to him today. It's not fun. He's currently pursuing school to be a doctor, and I think that's awesome. And I said, just spend more time focusing on that right now. The money will come, right? Focus on something that is, going to be important to you, right? And at this point with my job too, I'm like, brother, I'm looking for new work too, so we'll go someplace together. But that's besides the point, right? So it really sucks when you invest in somebody, and I don't think it was his fault necessarily that he got let go. He got fired for the reasons he did. It was left, if you ever get fired at a job, right? And there's X reason that you should be getting fired, but they let you go for reason Y. It's to cover, prevent you from retaliating. So I think they took the easy way out of letting him go. California is a, oh my gosh. I know this because I did HR. My mom does HR. I know this. We talked about it at dinner. At work, state, oh my gosh. No, this is so embarrassing. At will. It's a at-will employment. Right? So every state in the U.S. is an at-will employment state, except for Montana. And the reason I learned that was because my mom has an employee in Montana that's only not at-will employment state in the U.S. Right? So California, you can be fired and let go pretty much for any reason. So they did it in a reason on paper, on, legality reasons, to where he cannot retaliate for the true reasons behind getting let go, which, is smart for the company, right? But sucks for him. That's not what this is about, right? So it was really, really hard. I invested a lot of time in him. I thought he was making really good progress. I thought, yes, he is a good worker. He is a hard worker. He is good. Help is hard to find. He's going to be hard to replace. And the people that they already have a replacement for him, I met him. Hint, hint, hint. He's one of the punks that I had a run in my last Forever World video. right? Is this like episode 13? So maybe 12. Anyways, I'm not a fan of him, right? His replacement that I have to work with is absolutely awful, but that's besides the point. So that it, like, having somebody let go that you're friends with, right? It's not fun, as a, his leader, his team leader perspective, right? And then just as his friend, that was really hard and not fun, but it's life, right? You ride the wave, you roll with the punches, you do what you can do. He's a hard worker. He's going to find another job. And I encouraged him to. I was like, this is just your sign, right? To, you're not meant to work here. Not in a bad way, right? But I was trying to be, the silver lining. There is other opportunity, and this is maybe the universe's way of telling you that there is an opportunity out there waiting for you. And he kind of has his own business. And he's 18. He's young, right? Younger than I am. Not, I am young. I understand that. So I was like, let's focus on that, okay? I will help you. He said he had to pay somebody to help him with one of his jobs. I was like, dude, you just call me and I'll be there to help you. I won't charge you. Like, you don't have to pay me. I just want to be there as your friend. And, with the forgive and forget lesson for him, I was like, it's not worth, like, letting what the company did to you, the lessons that they made you, whatever they did to you, whether it was good or bad, whether you did something good or bad, right? Don't let them take away any future opportunities and success of finding employment, having a career, right? Don't let this weigh you down, because you are destined for greatness. I believe it. I believe that every single person out there in the world is destined for greatness, and it just, maybe they need somebody else to tell them or remind them or encourage them to find it, and that's what I just spent like an hour on the phone with my friend doing tonight, and yeah, I'm, there comes the not so fun part of, me going to work now without him. And yeah, I'm going to survive, right? It's life. There will be people that come and go. Life is a constant revolving door, Yes, I'm not going to find somebody that's probably going to be as good of an employee as him, but that's not my job too, unfortunately, even though I do a lot of recruiting. My job is now to defend what anyone or has anything to say about him, because it's not their place. It's not kind to spread rumors about him, whether they were true or not, at work, because he can't defend himself. And I will die on that hill, because nobody deserves to, be talked about in a negative way if they're not there to defend themselves, that is what I can do for him to help him in anything else he needs, right? That was my lesson of forgive and forget for him. And I don't know how to, there's no easy way to say it, right? You run into somebody from your past that you're maybe not expecting to, maybe not necessarily happy to see, or maybe it's just not a person that you want in your life anymore, right? Well, boy did I have a run-in with my ex-girlfriend, right? I'm not here to diss her, to say anything negatively about what she did to me. She's a terrible person. She deserves, dude, it is constant rain. Like 10 minutes of rain almost. Oh my goodness. I guess that just sums up the day I'm having, but it is what it is, right? I just noticed that. Right, that's not the thing to do, right? I'm a mature adult. I'm not gonna spend my time going on YouTube and dissing somebody, again, that can't defend themselves. And I've forgiven them, and I've forgotten them. So seeing them, I almost didn't recognize them at first, just because I wasn't expecting it, and I wasn't exactly, on the lookout for them. And it's been probably 4 years since I've seen them. We've been not together for like, I don't know, 6 or 7, but just I haven't seen them in a minute, right? But it is what it is. I'm getting off topic, right? And boy, did I have emotions seeing them. I've gotten past it. I've worked through it all, right? I remember having such a hard time, like my senior year of high school, like not getting over the breakup, right? Just getting through everything that like went down, right? It took a couple of years for me to get over it. Not going to talk about it, right? Because it's not the important part. And the last time I actually saw her, I was like I'm tired of feeling this way. Every time I see you, every time your name comes up in a conversation, you know, going out of my house in fear that, hey, there's a possibility I could run into you, you know? I don't know where you live, but hey, if you live in town, like, I don't want to see you. Like that fear, you know? And it's not fun, right? And, you know, I eventually ended up, just a couple months after that, ended up with my current girlfriend, and it's been the most amazing 4 years, right? So, like, the grass is greener on the other side. It gets better. And I was like, you know, I'm just tired of feeling this way. You know, I don't have resentment. I don't know. It's not like fear or anything, but it's just like all of this, like the past is the past. Each day, you know, you're a different person, you know, and it's been so long that I don't know the person they are now. You know, I don't know the type of person my ex-girlfriend is today, and it doesn't matter because, you know, they're not the same person they once were. And, you know, it's not fair to hold somebody accountable for things they did years ago and let that take away from the person and the progress that they have made today, whether it be for better or for worse, right? I always believe in seeing the positive, the good in people, you know, so, you know, I think I needed this reminder today that, hey, like, I spent so much time working at this to forgive and forget. And I made a video on this on my channel, actually, when I started, way back when I started YouTube, maybe back in last April. This is one of my early videos. I think I literally called it Forgive and Forget. And I talked about the same exact subject, you know. And so my coworkers were like, figured out who it was, and they're like, you know, who was that? And I'm like, it's somebody I used to know. That's all they are to me, you know. Pretty much, I didn't recognize them. I don't know anything about them at this point, you know. And it doesn't matter. All this stuff. Finally, the rain has stopped, and we have a rainbow. Sick thumbnail. All right. Right, so no matter who it may be in your life, right, what they've done, is it worth going to bed every night, waking up every day, letting that person, you know, they may not be a part of your life anymore, but that feelings that they have left behind you? Yes, I understand, dude. It is so hard. It takes so much time and effort to trust people, to, you know, recover from stuff that they did. I get it, you know. I absolutely do. I've Oh, that's a bummer. Guess we gotta do this the old-fashioned way. You know, so I was it's right. Maybe it's not about getting your revenge as much as I want to. Boy, did after I finished talking to her today, I was like, you know, I remember when things had first ended, right? Maybe not the anger, but just the emotion. I was like, I want nothing but to slash her tires right now. I want nothing than to, you know, smash her windows or whatever, or, you know, do the things she did to me to do to her, right? That's not the answer, and I know. And I was, you know, I was young at the time. It wasn't the right thing. And today I was like, I'm at work. I have expectations of myself, for myself, and what expectations the people around me have. And I was like, yeah, I have so many emotions right now. I just want to, you know, punch a hole in the wall. It's not the answer, and it wouldn't, you know, I'd be letting her win if I let my emotions get to me, you know. So it's not worth letting whatever happened to you weigh you down every day, and letting, you know, the betrayal, the anger, the frustration, the mistrust, right? It takes time to rebuild, and it's hard, and it's frustrating, and at times it's mostly not fair. Let's be real, right? You didn't ask for whatever, you know, maybe happened to you with somebody else, right? Maybe you trusted somebody. Like, that's relationships. Maybe it be with a significant other, maybe it be at work, right? Boy, have I gotten, you know, learn lessons about, you know, trust at work, you know, trusting the wrong people, being burned, being, you know, taken advantage of, all the things, whether it be, like I said, in a romantic relationship or in a work relationship, like friendships, you know. I've had, poor friendships that I'm like, great, dude. I'm glad you're not in my life anymore. It's for the better. I wish you all the best in life, but boy, I don't need you in my life right now. So the people that have wronged you, I believe that the karma will catch up to them. And it might seem unfair that it goes years and years and you're just suffering and miserable and it seems like it's never going to end. And I really hope it does for you soon. And I promise that it does. It's just with time, right? Time heals everything. I know, dude. I know. And it's so hard when you're in the thick of it. Like I was talking to my coworker. I was like, you are going to find work very soon. You are a hard worker. You are a good person. Don't let what these allegations made against you, dictate the type of person you are and you are capable of and going to be in the future. And he's like, you're right. And I could tell he was just going through it, and I don't blame him. I would be feeling the exact same way if I was in my, my buddy's shoe that got fired today. It's just tough. And I don't want to say it's part of life that everybody deserves to go through this and learn from it, but you come out stronger in the end of it, whether you want to or not. And you're like, I don't want to come out stronger. I just want to be over this. I don't care. I just want it to stop. I get it. I get it, but I never thought I'd be in the position, in the mental health, in the mindset I am today. High school, senior year me, 17-year-old me would be in, and then not the wisdom I've learned, but the patience I've given myself. And, I'm a better person than I thought I would be now. And it's just trying to be a little bit better one day at a time. You get your good days, you get your bad days. Don't let the bad days take away the wins, the small victories from the good days. I remember back when I would going through the thick of it after I ended things with this, this girl that made things really hard for me. I'm not here to talk about it, like I said. And most days were not a win, right? But the days I did have a win, boy, was it like, man, I can do this, And then I go back through a couple weeks of like, man, like I'm not winning, I'm miserable. But slowly and surely you get more wins out of it, right? My coworker that is literally texting me right now. I'm gonna check on him after this video, and I just want to make sure he's all right. I don't want to say his name or anything, but yeah. So all these, just the emotions that the maturity, right? I'm older, I'm wiser, I want to say. Hope so. I like to think so, but it comes with time. And when I was learning these lessons myself, I didn't have anybody I could go to talk about this, really, to help cope and get through it, the thick of it, right? I was going to talk to my mom, my dad, right? I wouldn't have liked what they had to say to me, and I wouldn't have liked what they probably wanted to do or something, right? And it's their job, bro. If I didn't want to go to my friends, not because I didn't trust them, but because it was such a sticky situation. I lost friends. I couldn't go to the new friends I had just gained, to the friends that had finally, chosen back to trust me, or whatever happened, It's like, this is not their burden to carry. I'm not their responsibility. Me now would definitely go to them and reach out, but that's not what I'm saying, So back then, right, I didn't. Oh, I need to try to fix that. Goodness, I lost my train of thought. I am so sorry. Right, just not burden them. It's not their responsibility, but I didn't have anybody that I could sit down and talk to or relate to what I was going through. I did feel quite alone in that regard. I'm like, man, nobody I know is going through what I'm going through. I don't have a resource or an outlet for anybody that would understand what I'm going through, or I feel comfortable talking to, and that's what I'm trying to do. Whether I can understand what you've been through, maybe, like I said, 90% of my viewers are the age of 17 to 24, and that's basically in my same age range, right? I'm 23, so most of my viewers, I've been in their shoes before, to an extent, right? I've lived that part of life already, and I hope that I've gained some knowledge that I can share with them for what they're about to go through, you know, or you know, if somebody watching this just doesn't have anybody, like I want nothing more but then to be there for them, whether it's a friendly ear to listen to, you know, a shoulder to cry on, or just, you know, change the subject to something that might make somebody feel better, you know, like you know, when you're having a hard day and you're kind of just around somebody and they're just like doing their thing and it just makes you better, right? I'm just trying to do that, right? I'm just doing my thing, you know, I'm playing some game. Like, if you want to chat and you're having a hard time, dude, like, let's talk, let's chat, we can talk about whatever you want, we can play a game, you know, like that's all I'm trying to do with these videos, you know. And if it helps one person out there, then it helps me, right? That's the goal. That's my whole, you know, frame of mind. Boy, did I mess this up. There, I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. You know, so there's like, I wanted this video to be more educational, right? More of a lesson being learned rather than sharing my feelings. And look, the main thing is that, right, no matter how much, right, you don't want to live your life with remembering and regret, right? I chose to forgive and forget this girl that hurt me, did things that I wish never happened to me, but I can't change the past. But I can change the future, and I was like, you know, I don't want to live the rest of my life remembering this person this way, only holding on to the things that happened to me and feeling sorry for myself and wanting other people to feel sorry for me because of what happened. And it was costing me relationships, dude. Like, I was like, man, I'm letting what this person do to me hold me back from so much greater success, you know. It took me like 3 years before I decided to even attempt dating, and boy, am I glad I did, because did I land a winner, right? Some of you guys that are my regular viewers might have met Lady Shuirozen in one of my streams. Boy, am I lucky, and I'm spoiled, and, you know, I want everybody to have what I have, right? Like, that's like, especially after like something that I've been through or something that you're going through, you only deserve the best people in your life that are going to help you grow, to help you, you know, be a better person, help you feel good, right? It's as simple as that. So, and I was like, man, if I like let what this, you know, person did to me, like, you know, they wronged me or whatever you want to call it, right? Oops. Oh, there we go. I would have never probably, you know, met my current girlfriend. I would have never had the courage to try again, you know, thinking like, oh, every girl out there is like this, right? Fellas, it's not true, okay? My ladies out there, it's not true. There are some good dudes out there, okay? And it takes years and years to build that trust and build up that courage. I get it. I get it. And give yourself the time, but don't be afraid to eventually, like, you know, work towards that again. You know, don't throw in the towel. Don't quit. Don't give up. And it's not worth living in the fear and living with all of that regret. And it's not worth having that feeling of like, boy, did I want to do some awful things that I wouldn't appreciate having, you know, been done to me. Like I said, were there so many times I wanted to go and slash this person's tires to make me feel better? Yeah, but it would have not been fun. That would have been awful. And I would have felt like an awful person immediately after that. I understand that. It's not the answer, right? But I probably would have, if I did something like that, I'd have that regret to this day. Like, that's not who I am, right? Your actions speak louder than words. I never did anything wrong by her. And, you know, I'm not going to live my life like that. So I am glad that, you know, I didn't let my emotions control my actions, all that stuff. And I don't want to ramble on too long, right? I'm just change up the look real quick. It's been a minute since I played with these. Oh, okay. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And how the heck are you supposed to know what to do? How the heck are you supposed to know what to feel if this is your first time? That was my first relationship, and boy, did it end bad. It was not a good relationship. Not a single part of it was, right? Do I regret what happened to me? Kinda, right? I wonder what I would have been like. I wonder what those years I kind of lost and felt like were miserable would have been like if, that had never happened to me. But I can't change the past, and I'm the person I am today because of it and everything that happened, right? It all builds up to one culmination, of lessons. And you only get the one life. How the heck are you supposed to know what to do? That's why I make these videos. Like I said, if you've never gone through this before, this could be here for you. You could hear this just out of the blue when you aren't expecting it. And that's what my intention is. And I hope there's some part of this video that maybe gives you peace, or maybe gives you the courage to keep trying, to keep growing, and not hold that resentment, that anger, all those bad emotions, towards somebody, and let, that might be the answer in the moment. It might make you feel better, but it's not the answer, and it's, you're not going to grow doing that. So I hope this helps in some way, shape, or form. I'm just a guy that is borderline an idiot because I don't know what I'm doing, right? But I just hope that my lessons I've learned can hopefully help you in a time when maybe you need to hear this too. So everybody here, I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. This is my first video making after hitting 500 subscribers. No, that's a lie. I made a video thanking you for 500 subscribers, but just thank you to everybody that's just been supporting me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day.